In the immediate aftermath of the war, we saw international arrivals drop, not just to Israel, but to the surrounding neighboring countries as well. But new data is showing that as we hit the 100-day mark here, that effects are continuing to ripple throughout the region. Now, as travel is really hitting its stride here globally, we're seeing flight purchases down 15% to Morocco, 17% to Turkey, 21% to Europe, and look at this, 50% down to Jordan. Now, a survey from Morning Consult shows about 60% of people now view it unsafe to travel to the Middle East. Now, contrast that with Eastern Europe, where 32% say the same, where, of course, conflict continues and fighting continues in and around the Ukraine. Now, some 1 in 5 respondents said that they have delayed, canceled, or rescheduled trips as a direct result of the Israel-Hamas war. Now, these plans were to places like the Middle East and North Africa, but also to Western and even Northern Europe. What's more is that 41% of these people said they canceled trips in their own country. And what's remarkable is that this poll is entirely of Americans living in a country some 7,000 miles away from the conflict. Now, if you're wondering why Americans would be canceling a trip when they live so far away from Gaza, here's what Morning Consult had to say. This is emblematic of the larger tensions, for example, concerns related to antisemitism and Islamophobia stoked by the conflict, and people's resultant apprehension to venture far from home. Now, Euromonitor International naming geopolitical tensions as one of the top global economic risks in 2024, and Zicasso issuing a luxury travel report saying that after costs, geopolitical conflict will be one of the biggest impediments to travelers this year.
Monica, UAE, has travel to the Emirates been affected?
It has. UAE, particularly interesting. Dubai really still the darling of the international community. You see a lot of these lists of where to go in 2024. Dubai topping these lists. But data from Forward Keys showing flight purchases are up to the UAE, some 9%. However, if we look at the projections back on October 6th, this is the day before the attack, incoming arrivals to the UAE were supposed to be up some 49%. So travel, people still going to the UAE, travel even growing, however, not nearly at the same level as it was expected. But I think an important point also, Sheree, to make is that these geopolitical tensions and how it is affecting traveler confidence, not necessarily only about personal safety. We saw issues rising up between India and Maldives last week because of influence in the region and also just an issue of national pride.
Exactly.